Good day, folks. Welcome to Friday. I know it was a long week. I'm sure it was a long week for me. But the weekend is here. Not so much for me. I had a chance to pick up an overtime shift tomorrow, so I'm going to take that because, hey, knives aren't cheap. But it's Friday. I'm going to film this video, and probably, if I don't drop it this evening, I'll drop tomorrow. But anyway, we're going to do something slightly different today. I got a package in from Blades Canada. I'll sneak that there. I've already cracked it open and had a peek, but I haven't actually looked anything over in detail yet. But here we go. So we open it up, and look at that. No knives. I got some slips because Blades Canada got in a stock of some case slips, and the price wasn't too bad, so I thought I'd give them a try. We'll slip those out of here, and we'll take our paperwork out of here, and we'll get rid of this box. Alrighty. So first off, we get a cool Proudly Canadian Blades Canada Warriors and Wonders sticker, because it's Canada Day Monday, so they're sending out some Canada Day stickers. So we'll sneak that right over here. Now, what I ordered was a case, genuine brown leather. It's not showing me a size. Product number is 41410, and that was $10.99. And I am going to guess that is probably this fella right here. And then a case knife slip black leather with herringbone design, 41411. Which I'm pretty sure is that guy right there. And then a case, medium side draw belt sheath leather 50148, which I will say is probably this one. And then a case, large side draw belt sheath leather 50232. Product on elimination says it's that one. For anybody interested, I picked these up because, the prices weren't too bad. Now, for you folks down in the States, this is not too bad in Canada. This could be remortgage your house prices down in the States, but, I might think I'm crazy. But this one, $9.99, this one, $15.99, $11.99, and $13.99. So, let's crack them open and have a look. So what I thought we'd do, as part of having a look at them, is, you know what? I've got a knife. Why am I fooling around with trying to tear this open? What I thought we'd do is just try them with some different sizes and types of knives. So I'm going to unpackage them and lay them out, and then we'll get to that. For anybody sitting here waiting for me to cut myself, shame on you. No, I just really hope I don't cut myself. Okay. So let's start with the little fella here. Brown leather. It's top's equal on both sides. There's no dip or anything. Fairly strong leather. Got some nice little wear on the back there already. Oh, and you've got on here, proudly made in the USA with the flag. Stitching looks all together on it. It's got a coarse inside. So why don't we start with a canoe? Does a canoe fit well in there? It's a tight fit. It would go down all the way. Certainly isn't falling out on its own. And with a squeeze, it pops out. So that's a good one for a canoe. How about a Barlow? Barlow fits in there nice and snug. It's not falling out on its own. give it a squeeze, pops out. How about we try Stockman? And that would be, I guess, probably a full size. For reference, just shy of 4 inches. Fits down in there nice. Isn't falling out. Give it a squeeze, and it comes out. Now, I'm going to assume we'll try this trapper. And this trapper is, again, 4 inches. Fits very snugly. It's not going to go down all the way. Isn't falling out on its own. And requires a bit of a tug. That micarta is a bit rough, so that could account for some of that. Let's try something bigger. We get the moose. The moose comes in at about 4 1/3. Yeah, that's a snug fit. Don't think it's going to work for that one. Maybe the sow belly trapper. Right about a little over 3 3/4. Fits down in there nice and smooth. And it's going to require a little bit of a tug to get out. Okay. Let's try the little fella. Oop, gone. But you know what? It's not falling out on its own. So that would be good for a 4-inch knife that isn't too robust. So that's going to cover most of my knives, I think. And this one, the black one with the herringbone, they're pretty much the same size. Just a different pattern, color. Stitching on this one, a little bit of a loose thread there, but I don't know if that's going to come apart. Looks pretty good in the back. We might have missed a hole right there. That might account for that loose thread, so hopefully that's not going to come undone in time. Oh, it's sticky. Whoa! Yeah, it's a little sticky. That one's much stiffer. And we'll just try a couple in here. Yeah, it's almost like there was something on the inside holding it together, like a tacky inside. But the canoe fits in there good. Certainly isn't going to fall on its own and drops out. The Barlow. Yeah, this one's definitely going to need some breaking in. Fits in there pretty well. Snug. Drops out on its own. And let's do a Stockman. Bit of a snug fit. Stands out a little proud. That's as far as it's going to go. Nice and tight. And drops out with a squeeze. So the leather is definitely softer on the brown than it is on the herringbone. And I'd say the finish is a little better as far as the stitching and whatnot. Let's go to our side draws. So the first one is the medium side draw. Stitching looks maybe a little wonky there. I think they just overstitched it 2 or 3 times. Same here, it's a little messy. You certainly find better being made by members of our knife community. Look to Sanctified EDC, just as one example. He's doing some big sales on Instagram right now, and he's got some beautiful looking sheaths with some excellent stitching. So certainly putting out better quality than this, but we will see how this one works out. So we'll try the canoe again. it's a snug fit. Yeah. Not canoe friendly, I don't think. And just for reference, that one is 4 inches long. These guys are 4 3/4. Let's try the Barlow. Now you can get the Barlow in there. Now, if this was on your belt and you were going to try and pull, you can get it out. Doesn't seem like it's going to fall out on its own. I've never had a sheath like this before, so I'm kind of wondering, just in your general bouncing around, getting in and out of your car and whatnot, if the knife will work its way out of there, but that's certainly a snug fit. Let's try a Stockman. A little small for the Stockman. I mean, it's probably going to stay in there. But depends on how much you want to have sticking out, I guess. And the little fella probably will go in there, but I don't know if I'd feel safe with the little fella in there. Like he might work his way out on his own. Let's try the work knife. Now, probably with the clip, might not work so well, but yeah, definitely too big. Let's see the work knife on one of these guys. See if we can work that clip down over top. Probably with some effort. Once it breaks in, maybe we'll take it with the clip in. Yeah, certainly going that way. So, works for that, but it's got a clip, so why bother? Alrighty, let's move on to the large side draw belt sheath. And that is going to be just, we'll say 5 inches, close enough. Stitching looks much the same as the other one. A little bit of a scratch there, but hey, they're going to get scratched up, so no worries. I notice these ones don't have the product made in USA with the flag on them, as these two do. So these have no additional markings on them other than the Case XX. Let's try the canoe in there. Canoe disappears in there. So then comes the tricky part. It's attached to your belt, so you're not going to pull that out. So I'm going to say that is not 3.5 inch knife friendly. Probably will be the same with the Barlow. Yeah, you're not getting back in there to get that out. How about the Sawbilly Trapper? Fits in there nice. You can get on it. Definitely better blades up. And the Stockman, it's in there nice. I can reach in there and grab that. If that was on my, say, the back of my belt, above my butt, I think I could reach in there and get that pretty good. But maybe not the firmest seating, as it is gradually sliding out on its own. Let's try this Trapper. I guess you're going to want it to stick out a little bit so you can grab hold of it, right? So that seems like a good fit. Seems fairly snug. Blade down. Yeah, that's probably a good one for the Trapper. And certainly seems snug. How about a big old moose? This guy is about 4 1/3 inches long, blades up. You get a good amount sticking out. Doesn't seem to want to go anywhere. You got lots to grab onto to pull it out. Blades down. Pretty much the same thing. I always tend to put my knives into a slip or a sheath if it's stitched along one edge, to put the blades to that edge, just because that just seems like a natural fit to me. But certainly seems to work well with the moose. Let's go real big and try a hunter. Well, you got lots to grab onto, but it does seem to be in there snug. And you can draw it out easy. If we go blades up, you're not getting in nearly as far blades up. It's in there snug, but see, yeah, definitely better blades down carry. Let's try the Rough Rider coal miner, which would be equivalent to a full-size sodbuster by case. We go blades down. Seems like a nice fit. Pretty secure. Draws out easy. Blades up. Still a pretty good fit. Still seems secure. And draws out easy. And how about the Rosecraft? Blades up. Seems to fit in nice. But doesn't want to stay. And that's a fairly slick handle, so that could account for some of that. If we go blades down, we get a deeper fit. But yeah, still doesn't want to stay in there on its own. I'll try the work knife in there. Oh, look at that. Well, I don't think that's going anywhere. You get a deep set and a clip, and you can still draw it. If we throw the clip in first, just for sake, goes in a little bit further, still nice and snug, and you can still draw it. So I think that pretty much covers the gambit of what I've got laid out for knives. So are they fine pieces of craftsmanship? I wouldn't say so, but they're not selling for fine pieces of craftsmanship prices either. So I think I probably like this one the best. Just has a nice look to it. The leather feels nice. It's fairly supple. I mean, the herringbone is a nice look, and the red on the black is a nice look, but that sucker is stiff and tacky. So, I mean, it will break in with time, but out of the box, that's my favorite. I'm going to flip the camera around now and just throw these two guys on my belt. So anyone who's like myself, who's never used a side draw belt sheath like that can have a look. So give me 1 second, I'll get it set up and we'll have a look at that. Okay, so there is the small side belt sheath. Now, the belt I'm wearing is a leather belt that is about 1 3/8 inch wide. So it's on there. It was a little snug getting it on, but it moves around well. Now, one thing I didn't think to try before was something like a Sodbuster Junior. Unfortunately, I've misplaced my case Sodbuster Junior, so we will use my Browning Sodbuster-like knife in the Rough Rider slip that Andrew over at Baxter's Blades sent to me. And I'm thinking that's probably going to be my best fit for that. So there it is in there. Fairly snug. It pops out nice. So that's not bad. I got one knife that I do carry a lot that actually fits that quite well. So we'll stop here and then we'll jump in with the larger one. Okay, and here we have the large side draw belt sheath. So that fits, much better on the belt. Would probably accommodate probably an 1.5 inch wider belt or better. And what do we throw in there? Let's throw a trapper in there. Fits in there good and deep. And I can draw it. And the moose. It's in there quite well. I feel fairly confident in that. And draws out well. And let's try the full size sawbuster-ish knife. It's in there good. I get a feeling that might work its way out just as I move about and do things. And with this being a little big for the belt, that rocking motion would probably cause it to fall out. Now, granted, the handles are fairly slick on this one, but it's good fit. And just one more, we'll try the sow belly trapper. It disappears in there, and I'd have to do some work to get that one out. So, anyhow, fashion show's over. Let's get back to the table. Alrighty, so there we have it. 4 case leather sheaths, 2 basic styles, 2 different sizes on the side draw, and there's your Rough Rider. So overall, I think I'm pleased with them. This one will probably give me the most use. Maybe this one second. If I'm working or if I'm in the woods or something, then yeah, I would like to have a knife on my belt. Typically, that's going to be a fixed blade anyways, but I can certainly see carrying that on my belt as well, particularly maybe in the small of my back. But normally, just out and about running around, I'm going to use a pocket slip like this for my folding knives, particularly my traditionals. So I think that's the guy of this 4 that I will use the most. Still get a ton of use out of this fella. It's in my pocket pretty much every day. So thanks again for that, Andrew. For the lanyard lovers, well, you're not going to get a lanyard on those, so that is one drawback if you like to have a lanyard to yank the sheath out of your pocket, but not everybody likes that, so overall I'm pleased with them. Again, they're, I guess you would say, budget quality, but many of the knives you see here on the table are budget quality knives. So maybe that fella. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this little look at some cased leather sheaths. And if you're interested and you're in Canada, they're currently in stock on Blades Canada. If you're in the US, I'm sure you could probably pick them up on Chicago Knives Works or Smoky Mountain or any of the many, oh so many knife retailers you have down there. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Think of me while I'm at work tomorrow. I know there's certainly some of you out there that are going to be at work as well. If you liked the video, please consider dropping a like. If you have any questions, concerns, criticisms, please drop those in the comments section below. I enjoy reading the comments and responding. And if you'd like to see more, please consider tapping in on the subscribe button and maybe ring that little bell so you'll be notified every time I drop a video. Y'all have a great weekend.